Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to answer 23 non-Yarny questions about me. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers and I just want to thank you guys so much. I never imagined that I would ever even have 1,000 subscribers. And for it to happen, you know, in the same year that I started my channel has been just such a blessing. This journey of creating videos has been such a fun one. I'm so thankful for this opportunity and it's just been a blast, and I can't wait to see where this leads me in the future. So I just thought it'd be fun to do a little tag video today. I wasn't tagged by anybody. I think this tag was going around in the crochet community about 6 months or so ago, but I watched a couple videos where people did this tag back when it was going around and really enjoyed the questions. I love tag videos. I love to hear about other people and their interests, you know, the people that I enjoy watching. It's just nice to hear more about who they are. So I really hope that you guys enjoy me answering these questions for you guys. I've glanced over the questions, but I haven't thought about them too much. So hopefully this goes good. I have my laptop here, so if you see me keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at the questions. So let's just go ahead and get started. So this is basically 23 questions about my favorite things. So the first question is my favorite color. That's actually a really hard question for me because I love color. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a neutral person at all. I love bright colors, fun colors, so I have a lot of favorite colors. But I would say recently the colors I've gravitated most towards is probably like mint type colors, seafoam, minty, green type colors, as well as like lavender. I've been really into like pastel colors. So, you know, mint is more of a pastel, lavender. So yeah, I really am loving that lately. I also am really into green lately, just like straight up regular primary green. I don't know why. But honestly, I love all colors. I really do. So that's that. Okay, I'm gonna try not to over talk on each question. It's easy to do that, but I'm gonna try to just keep it short. Okay, so favorite genre of music. So again, I love all kinds of music. I've gone through different stages in my life. So, you know, back 10 years or so ago, I was gonna say 10 years ago when I was a teenager, but I wasn't a teenager 10 years ago. I was 21 10 years ago. But back around that time and before, I listened to a lot of rock, and I've always liked rap. You know, I live in Kentucky, so country music is big here. I went through a stage where I really didn't like country at all. I hated it. I worked at a store that is all they played, and so I knew every single song and would sing along to them, but couldn't stand it. But that's all I heard all day long, so it was just stuck in my mind. That's probably why I didn't like it. But I don't really listen to the new country, but every once in a while, when we're on a road trip, I'll put on some you know, mid to early 2000s or 90s country, and I really enjoy that. So again, sorry, not a concise answer, but I mainly do listen to Christian music now, which thankfully the Christian music genre has grown so much. There's so many different styles of music within the Christian genre, so I really do listen to a little bit of everything. One of my favorite music artists right now is Zach Williams. I love his style. He has sort of this rock but country vibe to him. Me and my brother went to his concert a few weeks ago, and that was pretty awesome. I honestly just love music. So that's it for that one. I've already talked too much about the first two questions. I've been talking for 5 minutes and I've done 2 questions. All right, we gotta get better at this. Okay, my favorite food, pizza. Definitely pizza. I could eat pizza probably every day. I know it's not healthy, but I love pizza and tacos. My favorite soda, that is probably Mountain Dew. I love Mountain Dew, but I know it's horrible for you, so I don't drink it that often. I also really love Sunkist. Sunkist Zero Sugar is really, really good if you haven't tried it. My favorite animal, I love dogs. I always have, but that's kind of a generic answer. So other than dogs, I would have to say I love elephants. There's just something about elephants that touches my heart. Every time I go to the zoo and I see them, like, it kind of makes me sad, just because I know that they're such intelligent creatures, and I know that they're so often exploited and abused for circuses and especially in other countries. I know a lot of times they are trained to do things, but in really hurtful ways. And so that's always, affected me. I've also heard that elephants are the only animals that can cry real tears. So that just touches my heart. So yeah, I definitely have to say elephants. My favorite holiday. So I'd have to say Christmas. I just love all the lights. Of course, I love that it's the day that we recognize the birth of Jesus. But I kind of have a unique view on Christmas. So I kind of wish that Jesus' birthday was celebrated apart from the cultural holiday of Christmas, because the cultural side of Christmas has nothing to do with the birth of Jesus, really. The whole Santa Claus thing and the lights, and I mean, I know that there's some origins in it. It's kind of, Christmas is kind of a blend of a lot of different things, and I think actually scholars have said that Jesus was most likely born in the summer, so probably like in June. But I kind of just wish they were separate, because the fact that it's the day we celebrate Jesus' birth is kind of sadly overshadowed by a lot of the other things. But I do love the cultural holiday of Christmas as well. I love the lights. I love getting together with family, and the gifting, and just all those things is just so fun and brings so many good memories, I think, to most of all of us. And then favorite book. So I actually have 3 favorite books. If I had to narrow it down and say, one of these is my favorite, I would definitely have to say The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah. It's about World War II, and it's just such an awesome and inspiring book. It's stuck with me since I've read it years ago, and I just love it so much. Another one is by Kristen Hannah as well, and it's called The Four Winds, and it's set in the it's set in the Dust Bowl. And it's just, that's always been such an interesting time in history for me. So really enjoyed that book. I had a hard time when I finished that one. I finished that one a few years after I read The Nightingale, and I just was like, which book do I like better? It's really hard to choose. And then a book I actually just read recently is called The Attic Child. I'm subscribed to Book of the Month, and I love that subscription, but I found so many great books through that subscription. But The Attic Child is such an amazing book. And fun fact, reading is my second favorite hobby. And I don't think I've ever mentioned this on this channel, but before I started this channel, this was back when my youngest was a baby, I tried to start a booktube channel all about books. But I only made like maybe 3 videos, and it just didn't feel natural to me, and so I gave it up, and that was, like I said, several years ago. Number 8 is pizza topping. Honestly, my favorite pizza is I don't know if this chain is everywhere, but where I live, we have a chain of pizza restaurants called Mr. Gatti's, and it's the reason I laugh when I said that is because I had to try to say it in the right way. It's spelled Gattis, Mr. Gaddy's, but around here, for some reason, we all call it Mr. Geddes. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it is. So I love Mr. Geddes. I love their chicken bacon ranch pizza is just so good. That is my favorite. But if I had to pick one topping, it would probably be mushrooms. I love mushrooms so much. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, and then question number 9 is your favorite pastime. So when I think of a pastime, I think of a hobby, something you enjoy doing. So obviously crochet. I already mentioned books as well. But I also, just to mention a couple other hobbies of mine, I love to play disc golf. So basically, if you've never heard of it, you use like a hard frisbee. Normal frisbees are lighter and they're bigger, where discs are a little bit smaller and they are made of a harder plastic most of the time. There are different types of discs. Some are harder than others, some are more flexible, but they are overall a much harder and durable plastic than regular frisbees. But it's kind of the same concept as regular golf, except that you're throwing towards 2 baskets and you try to get it inside the basket in the least amount of throws that you can. And so my husband is the one that introduced this to me when we got together like 12 years ago, and now we have an 18-hole disc golf course in our yard and we have a lot of awesome disc golf courses in the area. So that's definitely another favorite hobby, as well as hiking. And that is one reason I love disc golf, is because it's really like getting to go on a hike in nature, but getting to play a game at the same time. So I love both of those. And then my favorite TV series, honestly, I don't have one right now. I honestly watch YouTube more than I do TV. But sorry guys, my phone cut me off because I hit the limit for recording. So anyway, some of my favorite TV series though, I used to love The Walking Dead. We quit watching it after several seasons though, because we didn't like the way that it was heading. But we did love it when it was really, really popular a few years ago. And then me and my 10-year-old son, we watched Lost in Space, the newer one that was on Netflix, or maybe still is. We watched that together and we really loved that series. And then my favorite fruit is definitely strawberries. I love strawberries. I love all fruit really, but strawberries and watermelon are probably the best for me. My favorite vegetable, I do love me some good Brussels sprouts. Sam's, we went there a few days before Thanksgiving and they had like a ton of Thanksgiving type samples out, and they had these Brussels sprouts with this onion jam, and I know that sounds like so disgusting, but it was delicious. So I love Brussels sprouts. I love sweet potatoes. I love roasted vegetables. A lot of times I'll make sweet potatoes, mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I guess that's a vegetable. And what else? Broccoli or Brussels sprouts or whatever, and cut them all up and put a bunch of seasoning on them and bake them in the oven for a while, and those are just like so good. My favorite subject in school, probably history. I've always enjoyed history. I watch a lot of documentaries and I love old historic homes. Now obviously we didn't learn a lot about that at all in school, but yeah, I'd have to go with history. And then my favorite actor or actress, that's a hard one. I love movies and TV, but I'm not like super passionate about it, so I can't think of one off the top of my head. I don't know, I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know about that one. I like a bunch of different people. Favorite singer, well, I already mentioned that. Zach Williams right now would have to be my favorite. My favorite superhero, I really loved the Iron Man movies. So maybe Iron Man. I just remember just really loving those. Also, Batman from the Lego movie. So I thought Batman was hilarious in the Lego movie. So I'm going to go with that. And then favorite comedian. Of course, we all have a special place in our hearts for like Robin Williams. He was just so awesome. But I don't watch a lot of, the only comedians I would ever watch that weren't in, movies, was like on America's Got Talent. We don't have cable anymore, but we used to love to watch America's Got Talent. And there's several comedians, I can't think of their names now, but, that were really good on there. My favorite season, it used to be fall, and I do still love fall, but now it's definitely spring. I hate being cold. I don't like winter at all. It just drags on for me. So whenever you finally get that good spring warmth coming in, it's just such this uplifting feeling, and the daylight hours are longer, and it's just such an exciting time. All the flowers are blooming, the grass is getting green, and yeah, you can't beat spring, at least in Kentucky. And then my favorite movie, The Help. I love that movie. I always have. I'm not the type of person that really watches movies over and over and over, but I've watched The Help many, many times, and I just absolutely love it. I like the movie more than the book, actually, which is rare. I usually like the books more than the movie, but probably because it took me like forever to read the book. I get in these moods where I'll read super fast and get a book done quick, and then I'll go through other times where I read one book for months. And I remember it took me forever to read that book, so that could be why. I need to reread it. Okay, my favorite smell. I love the smell of books. Also, I don't burn a lot of candles, but I use wax melts a lot. Like you can see this warmer here. And I love like fall scents are great. I just bought this one from a local wax shop. They sell like soaps and wax melts and stuff like that. And it's like it smells like cider, like apple cider, and it is so nice. But weird smells would have to be like books, and I can't think of anything else right now. Okay, best friend. This is such a corny and cheesy answer, but I have to say my husband, which it's a great answer because I know that it could be the total opposite of that. Unfortunately, I know that that is a reality for a lot of people, but me and my husband have been together since I was 17 years old. I'm 31 now. We've been married since I was 19, and he really is my best friend. We've been through some difficult times together, but these last few years have been really, really great. Favorite decade? So, I was born in 91, so if I had to go by decades I've lived through, it would have to be the 90s, even though I don't remember like a ton because I was a kid in the 90s, but I would love to go back to the 90s as an adult. I also think it'd be really cool to go to the 80s, and also like the Victorian era, like the mid to late 1800s, somewhere in there would just be so awesome. So about an hour from where I live is a community near downtown Louisville called Old Louisville, and it is the largest collection of Victorian homes in the U.S., and it is such an amazing place to go to. They're actually they have every year this holiday home tour where you get to walk around and go into several of the old Victorian mansions that are all decorated up for Christmas and learn a little bit of the history. And it's one of my favorite events every year, and that's coming up pretty soon. So I may do like a little vlog type thing of it if that's something you guys would be interested in. Definitely let me know. But I think that would just be so cool to be able to walk the streets, walk the sidewalks of Old Louisville back in its prime, and I just think that would be amazing. So I'd probably go back to like the 1880s. I think that would be so awesome. Okay, and then the last question is YouTube channels. I don't have a favorite YouTube channel, but I will mention some that I watch most often. So crochet related, you have heard me talk about my friend Shannon from Shannon Talks Yarn. I love to watch her videos, as well as Leah Crochets. I also love to watch It's Time for Yarn, Erica. She makes some great videos, and many, many other crochet people. I love all of you guys. I can't pick a favorite. I think everyone does an awesome job. As far as not crochet related, I love Expedition Bible. He's a tour guide in Israel and has amazing videos. Christina Randall, I love her channel. I've been watching since back in the day when she did prison videos, but now she does true crime. She has a very compassionate heart and really tells the story in a really respectful way. So I really love her channel. Yeah, I mean, really all I watch is YouTube, like I mentioned before. So I have so many. The Presley Girls, that's another one. I love to watch their channel, as well as their mom's channel, Celebrating Appalachia. Those are some awesome channels. And I figured this would be a good time also to shout out a couple friends of mine. They are one that they kind of inspired me to. I have several inspirations of why I started my channel, but this couple was one of my inspirations, and they have a channel called Retired and Loving It, and they just recently got monetized, which is so exciting. But they go on all kinds of different, trips and adventures, and they also do a coffee talk where they talk about different things that you may need to know when you're at retirement age. So really helpful and useful information. So definitely go and check their channel out. So I could ramble on forever and ever and ever. I just love videos like this, getting to talk to you guys about a little bit more about me. And I would love if, I'm not going to tag any specific person, but I would love any content creators, any other crochet YouTubers that would love to answer these as well. I tag you. I would love to hear your answers, and also just any subscribers, even if you don't have a channel. I will put all the questions in the description box, so you can go and answer them in the comments, and I would love to hear your answers. That's, like I've said before, one of the funnest parts of YouTube for me is getting to talk with you guys, so I would love to learn more about you. So let me pull up a Bible verse real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the verse I want to share with you guys today, it's two verses. It's Psalm 34, 17 through 18, and it says, "The Lord hears his people when they call to him for help. He rescues them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed." And being someone that has struggled with anxiety and depression, all of us go through some form of grief or depression in our life, and it's just such a comforting thing to be able to know that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. If you would just cry out to him in your pain, he's near to you, and one day we will get to be forever with him and not have to go through these painful things anymore. But until then, when we're still on this earth, it is such a comfort to know that he is close to us, that when we're mourning, when we're sad, when we're crying, that he catches our tears in the palm of his hand, and he understands. So I hope that gives you some encouragement today, and I really pray that you guys enjoyed hearing some things about me. I know I probably rambled a little bit because I didn't think the questions through before I made this video, but I still hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, I would love to know. I need some encouragement today because I feel like I was a little bit all over the place with this, and I probably drug it out a little bit too long. But anyways, guys, I really pray that you have a great rest of your day, and I did want to mention that I will probably be posting instead of Tuesday and Thursday on Monday and Thursday, for now anyway. So I pray you guys have a great day, and may God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!